Okay, so you'll be doing a bunch of laser projects, and maybe you're using 3mm plywood, that's 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch plywood, and you have scraps, and there's good parts left on it. What do you do with it? Well, I'm going to show you here. This is how you get a round to it. Okay, what's a round to it? This is a business idea too for you out there that are looking for something to sell. This is what they call a round to it. And if you're familiar with the bar scene back, well, way back, I'm going to date myself here, but somebody buy round. Well, you've already got a nice cold long neck sitting there, and you just got it, and you don't want another one sitting there, it's going to get warm. Or if you're drinking cocktails, you want another one sitting there, the ice is going to melt. So they give you, well, they call a round to it. So then when you get a round to it, you turn this in and you get your drink. And bars love these things. And if you're going to go in and sell, I'll give you a little selling tip here. If you're going to go in and sell and you show them, one of these, make a sample. It takes a minute and a half to make one of these. I mean, this quick, and I'll show you here shortly. We're going to be using the WeCreat Vision Pro back here. I'll show you how to get set up on that. Great little project, good way to use up scraps. And if you get a big order, you can create an array and make just a whole bunch of them at once. And now that I see that the WeCreat Make It software version 3 has an array maker, and I'm going to have to play with that. So you're going to go in, you're going to approach the manager, and another one of my business suggestions all the time is if you're going to go into a bar cold like this to try to sell them something, at least buy something. Even if you're just going to drink a Pepsi or a Coke or something, at least buy something. Don't just come in like some wild salesperson. Create a little bit of a rapport and say, I got something you might be interested in for your bar. These are personalized. It's a round to it. It'll have your business name on it. These one here, this is for a particular organization I'm doing for today. So the bartender or the manager may say, well, I don't want those, somebody's going to steal them. That is the whole point, because let's say somebody bought you a $5 drink and you got this round to it for that $5 drink. You just haven't got the drink yet. Well, I don't want it today, maybe I'll just come back later. So they'll take it with them. Or they may think, oh, that's pretty cool, I'm just going to keep that. Okay, so the bar may have paid you 50 cents a dollar, whatever, for one of these. I sell these pretty cheap. There's this way to use up scrap. Takes up no time. So they'll have, okay, they just lost 50 cents for $1. But they didn't have to make that $5 drink. But they've already been paid for it. So yes, they come out ahead. And if you point that out to the manager or the bartenders, they're, oh yeah, that's a good idea. How much are they? How many can you make? How many do I have to buy at a time? So little business opportunity here for you. But at any rate, good way to use up scrap. Here's a scrap here that I just did some tests from to work this out on this particular design. And you may need to make a couple of different rounds. If you look here, one, I had my setting just a little bit too hot. This over here, this is scorched, and this one here is coming out perfect. You can play with different designs. There's two different designs there. They're very, very similar, but they are different. And it's just a great little niche moneymaker that people don't think of. Everybody's wanting to sell tumblers and coasters and, laser engraved pictures and cups and everything. But nobody thinks about stuff like this. And so that you might find yourself a good little niche there. You can go from bar to bar. You can personalize it for everyone, and you can really mass produce a bunch of these quick. So with that said, we'll go to the computer here. I'll show you how I'm setting this up in WeCreat Make It software, and we're going to run it on the Pro back here. I've got the WeCreat Vision over here, 20 watt. This is the Vision Pro 45. That's what we're going to be running on today. It's almost impossible to take video of what it's doing because you can't open the lid while it's running, and you don't get very good video through the lid, but you'll get the idea. As I take these out, you can take a look at them. So, onto the computer. Okay, here we are in the WeCreat Vision software, WeCreat Make It software. So I have a scrap of plywood laying in there. It's 1/8" plywood, 3mm. So what I'm going to do here, I'll show you how I'm going to set this up. Of course, I'll be doing this in an array with a lot of them, but just to kind of give you an idea on how to do one of these round tuits. So I've already designed that in another program. I've saved it as an SVG. Inkscape to be exact, in case you're wondering what I was using. So I need to import that file. We're here to import, and I need to find my round tuit. And there it is. Now there's some, I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. This is 1.5 inches in diameter. So we've got the inside, which is going to be a fill, and then we have the outside, which is going to be a cut. And it looks like I need to make just a minor adjustment with my circle. I'm doing this on the keypad. I know you can't see it. I want to get that centered a little bit better. It looks a little better there. So for my line engrave, that would be this out here. This is going to be a cut. And it already has a preset in there of 100% power at 10 millimeters per second in one pass, so that should be fine. Now I need to select everything else. Well, I should have done the inside first. Well, we'll just select everything here and make it a fill. And looking at things down here, what we want for look. Looks like it's picking 278 millimeters per second at 55% power. Just going to put it right about in here where my little pointer is. I want a little bit darker than that, so I'm going to up the power to 78%. And line density, we'll leave that as it is. Now we'll go back to this, and I'll go back to this guy out here because that is, I didn't mean to move that. That's going to be a cut. And there we'll leave it at 100% power, 10 millimeters per second. So now all I need to do here, I'm doing this over wireless, which I don't normally do. I normally connect direct because there's always a possibility to drop packets, but I didn't want to go through the hassle of getting over right by it. So what I need to do now is hit my autofocus. Okay, I'm going to blow this up again. I'm going to check, make sure none of my settings changed, since for some reason I lost my connection there for a while. That's fine. That's fine. We'll hit start. It'll take 1 minute and 35 seconds to make one of these. I'll hit send. And of course I have to push the button on the front, which you can't see, but I'm going to do. Okay, that one came out fine. It's complete. So I'm going to refresh here again. I already pulled it out. And it came out just fine. I got another version I want to do a little proof of. So I can take this and just remove it completely. I'll import my other one. And we'll need to move that over. I'm just using scraps here, so it's nothing particular. Okay, well, the whole thing's selected here. We're going to do the fill engrave thing first. And as I recall, I wanted 78% power. That's what that was down there. Yeah. It came out with a pretty dark. I don't know that I want it too much darker. Then we'll leave the speed at 278 where it is. Actually, I might slow it down to 158. Let's see what that looks like. I didn't run a test pattern on this particular batch of wood, and I usually do that, but we should be good. Okay, now I need to get my cut. It's over here. Go back to cut. We'll leave that as it is. That worked just perfect. So here's my other version. And I need to adjust my circle there just a hair. There we go. So we'll hit focus. And we'll hit start. 1 minute, 33 seconds. Hit send. Of course, I got to push the button. And away we go. Okay, that one turned out just fine. A lot better than the first round when I'm scorched a little bit. Like I said, I didn't do a material test on this first, and I would normally do that. I'll show you another little thing here quick if you're new to this. Okay, say you want to make a bunch of these. Select your image completely. And then do a Control-C and copy it. Then you can do a Control-V and it'll make another one. It gives you your dimensions there, you see pops up. So then we'll do another one. We'll put it up here. And then we'll do another one. And we'll just put it right here. What I'm doing is I'm using up scraps. And this is a good way to do it. If you're doing a lot, and I do have a lot of these to do for not just this organization, but some other ones. I'll do it on full sheet and I'll create an array. But for right now, let's hit this. Do my autofocus. Okay, we are autofocus. We're all refreshed. I feel refreshed. Okay, we'll hit start. This is going to take 6 minutes and 51 seconds. So we're going to send it. And of course, I'll have to go hit the button. Okay, let's make an array. One other little hint, if you've made a graphic like this, you don't want things to move once you've made it. Highlight the whole thing here. You right click on it. And, well, of course, now I've got a group, but this is, instead of saying ungroup, it'll say group. If I wanted to ungroup it, I would click on that. And you can also do the copy and paste and stuff like that from here. But what we're going to do is we're going to create an array. So we'll go up here and array creation. So how many columns do we want? Well, let's see. Columns, we want probably 4. We'll go 4 by 4 here. See if that will fit. Looks like it will. Confirm that. Whoops. Don't try to move one at a time. So what you'll want to do here is select the whole thing. Then there's that right click and then group it. So this is a scrap I've got sitting in there. So we're all set here. Got pretty close spacing, but it should be okay. I will hit autofocus and I'll hit start. And of course I'll have to push the button over there after I do this. This is going to take 25 minutes and 25 seconds to do, let's see, 4 times 4, that's 16 of them. We'll send that. And I'll push the button. Now, don't think you're restricted to just using the WeCreat laser. Let's say you don't have one. Yeah, they're nice to have, granted. But let's say you have something different. So here I have a lot of these to run, and I do mean a lot. So I'm also running some here on my X-Tool S1. It's all set up and vented here, so I'm not going to smoke myself out. But yeah, any other diode laser, or you could even use a CO2. You don't have to have a diode laser either. And you don't necessarily have to have a 40-watt laser. This is a 40, the Vision Pro from WeCreat, there's the 45. You could do this with a 5-watt for all that matter, although it would take quite a bit longer, and I wouldn't attempt 1/4 inch thick, but 1/8 inch thick should do just fine. So don't think you're restricted to just using one particular brand of laser for this project. You can do it on about anything. Okay, so here it is. Just pulled it off of there. And I have a nice little stack of them here on the desk now. This is what we just made. And again, This is a great beginner project too if you're just getting into laser, you're looking for something to create a little bit of revenue with, and especially if you have scraps from other projects. Because as you can see, this was a scrap from something, and this one here I was playing with, that was a scrap. So it's a good way to use up the little corners and stuff on scraps. So where do you get 1/8 inch plywood? Well, Home Depot has it. You can get 4x8 sheets. It's not all that expensive. Try to get some that's at least mostly flat, because sometimes you'll get stuff there that's worked every which way. Another place to get 1/8 inch plywood without spending a whole lot of money, like at a craft store where it's really expensive, is if you have a Dollar Tree around, they sell different shapes. Might be hearts or clovers or turkeys or acorns, depending on the time of the year, and you can use that to cut the stuff out of too. Again, do a material test. Not every one is the same. For example, here I have, this is from 2 different batches of plywood, and while they are the same, they look different because of the way the plywood was made at the time, so things are going to vary from batch to batch. Just something to keep in mind. So there you are. If you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. There'll be a link in the description for the WeCreat Pro Vision Pro 45W. There'll be a link in the description for that. It's a nice laser, and I've mentioned this in my other videos on it. If you're new to using a laser and you don't really know, you don't want to try to learn Lightburn or one of the other programs, XCS, or one of those other laser programs, this is called What You See Is What You Get. So as you saw when I was setting things up on the computer here for this, the camera in this is extremely accurate. Normally I don't use cameras with lasers, but these are extremely accurate. It shows you exactly where your material is. It'll show you exactly where your graphics is going to be, and once you hit start and go, after you do your focus, it will put it exactly where you saw it. That's what's really makes it really nice. So that said, I'm Roger in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.